All right, so I think we went over, maybe we didn't. 7-Eleven stores, 7-Eleven Bible verses. You have I think I went over this with you, didn't I? Maybe just Michael. You've got Eve in the number 11. You got Eve in the number 17 for 11:17. You got Eve in the number 11. You got Eve in the number 7 for Revelation 11:7, rising out of that movie, All About Eve, or the Bible verse about Eve being created due to the rib, Adam's rib. And 200, that's Genesis chapter 2, verse 22. That's your 222 code, which is why they love 222 and why 222 is coded into a lot of things. Because when you add, like I showed you in the previous video, I did 222 days to February 22nd, 2022, the date that made famous. They said all these portals are being opened, and well, you add 222 days to it and you get October 2nd. If you add 223 days to February 23rd, you get October 4th for Dr. Pepper 10, 2, and 4. So that's 222 and 223. And that's what won the Daytona 500, the 2 followed by the 23, 223, which is 322 in reverse, so on and so forth. Pan Am Airlines, that's another one we should probably look at. Pan, the god Pan. The god Pan, Pan American Airlines. The god Pan. This looks like old Satan to me. Timbrels and pipes. Pretty much. Pan Am Airlines. March 14th, 1927. Oof, wow. October 19th, December 4th. So I thought about it, watching that movie that I watched. We'll get into that. 310 to Yuma, right eye wound. Well, of course, Christian Bale pops up with a right eye wound. Can't really see it too well there. We'll get to it later. Nick Saban, uninterested in retirement. Empty abyss it brings. Empty abyss. Of course, Alabama and Nick Saban are going to be using the word abyss. When they empty the abyss, that means what? So the followings are released. Michael and I need to do Arc de Triomphe with some gematria. If he hasn't already, he may have. I sent it to him. Clock never moves in this shot. It stays 322. You'll see it in the movie. I show it to you, but it's right there with your 322 for Skull and Bones. That's from the movie A View from the Top. Of course, Satan is the prince of the power of the air. That Thing You Do came out on October 4th. Nice shot, DeLorean. I think I've already gone over that with y'all in a previous video. Right eye Christian Bale given to us a little bit better there. Good grief. Hang on a second. So there's your right eye, and the blood comes into it in various scenes. So the Dark Knight, again, with a right eye wound. See it much better there as the blood is around his eye, under his eye. It goes right back to when Daniel Craig and the girl with the dragon tattoo had his right eye wound, and he said, "Oh, ow, my eye," and she stitched him up, and they had sex. Here's more of the blood above and below the right eye. Yeah, same shot that I've already shown you. And oh, we are done here. Let's look at Michael's prep. Michael did Isle of Lewis per our request. He said it comes to October 3. It comes to Apprentice, comes to Taco Tuesday, which is October 4th, and 3 ciphers, by the way. Thank you, Michael. Isle of Lewis comes to Name of the Beast, and that's where his mom was born, by the way. The Isle of Lewis, that's where she came from. Name of the Beast, it also comes to March 11th, and 2 ciphers, the Red Cross, in 4 ciphers, the Red Cross. Not the organization that people think they are. And also the word exterminate in 4 ciphers, Isle of Lewis. Very interesting. Thank you, Michael, for that. And let's wrap today's videos up with
Christian Bale, 3 Tediuma, Christian Bale, Batman. Of course, the right eye. Well,
don't have any comments, do we? Sorry. Didn't properly show it to y'all. So I don't know. It just the lighting, it was a little weird. You can see blood under his eye, dried blood, the wound. Some low budget work there by me and the movie people of the earth.
this would be a little better video, maybe part 2.
Oh, a little better.
Of the Christian Bale right.
Why'd you waste our time with the other one?
Where is he?
Commentary fair use. It just doesn't really come in very good, does it? There's a little bit better with the red, the eye, so forth, right there. There we go. Lots of dried blood and so on and so forth. Let's move over to view from the top.
So I'm watching this movie.
Hey,
Old Mark Ruffalo. It's called View from the Top.
Mark Ruffalo. Hey, old Mark.
Got the old archway. I don't know if Michael or I, especially Michael, has ever done it with that spelling.
ARCDE.
I sent it to him. You know, I Googled it, the exact spelling. It's a DE, ARCDE. But so you get the archway, which is what he will go through after he does the October 2nd. It's 10
right there, 10 after 2.
10 after 2, y'all.
10 after 2. 10-2. October 2nd. Airplane.
Airplane.
Hit the twin trumps.
I mean,
Airplane.
the movie is View from the Top.
View from the top.
Gwyneth Paltrow, airline stewardess. She wants to fly to Paris. That's her dream. That's her flight. You know, like she's a transcontinental Paris.
Michael's like,
you know,
she's
Paris,
trans, all right.
The archway. Airplane. It's the twin trumps. When? On October 2nd
That's what they're telling us.
at 10-2.
Whether that's what happens or not,
10
but,
after 2.
you know, have they been setting us up the whole
10.
time?
Yes,
Well,
they
they've done a
do.
great job of that. That's what's happened.
It's got to be the date, y'all. It's got to be the date. It just keeps coming up.
That's an obscure
It just
movie.
keeps coming up.
View from the top. Nobody saw that movie.
It's nonstop.
Nobody saw that movie.
It's nonstop.
And they still
action.
code 10-2.
What can I say?
So they know I was going
Holy
to watch
Spirit.
it.
If we're right, the Holy Spirit gave it to us.
Yeah,
If we're wrong,
that was our flesh. So here comes some more.
so I'm going to kill the music or, you know, mute it because they Arc de Triomphe right at the third.
So there's your 34 for 34 years, 1988 to 2022. And you're not quite down that.
33.
I would say
Well,
we are.
notice that.
It's almost at the 35, isn't it? Where you're directly in front of it.
Uh.
Anyway. But I was just looking at the timer, the counter. What I did notice is the 111. So no matter what, whether it's at 33, 34, or 35, it is at the 111 mark. And you got 37, then 74, and then 111. Your sets of 37. And that was really big for us when we learned the transfer portal, those sets of 37. And the second set of 37 takes us to the archway date, which we thought was pretty fascinating. So, yeah. Anyway. And right after that, she shows up in a
I could have
cab,
just taken a pic.
and there's the 34 again coded for 34 years, unless it's just a coincidence. Could be a coincidence. I mean, some things are going to be a coincidence, but it had your 13 fused with the 34 for 34 years between 1988 and 2022. Remember the Herschel Walker, number 34, went to Mar-a-Lago? Because it's all about the 34, you know. And then lastly, the 322 code. Walks in, and it's 3:22 on the clock. And all kind of stuff happens. She talks to grandma. She later talks to him. Nothing changed. It stayed 322. When I showed you Mark Ruffalo in the picture, that was after she comes in and talks to her grandmother for a while. And that's why it said in the email, the clock never moved. Okay. Because it didn't. It was Mark Ruffalo coming in 2-3 minutes later after she had a talk with her grandmother, and it was still at 322. The clock just stayed at 322. So that's everything. Not sure what movie I'm watching tonight to break down, but and to have a little mindless entertainment at the same time. But yeah. Love y'all very much. How'd y'all do in my Bible study? Y'all watching my Bible study? Don't make me mad again. Y'all making me mad again. Monday's Bible study has 1 view. Tuesday's Bible study has 2 views. Today's Bible study took a little while to get going with today's. I was kind of a little brain fogged and bogged down. All of a sudden, boom, it clicked, and some good connecting of Bible verses took place. I shared Tuesdays with y'all. I did not share Wednesdays. Wednesday, equally good. We again bounce around and show you how the same story is being told in different places. That's what the Bible is. That's what it does, is it's one big completed work of connecting all over the place, telling the same story, but not in the same place. It moves around. It moves about. All right. Love y'all.